In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to import your crane invoices into Myob so they automatically get assigned to the correct jobs as they import. This will allow you to transfer the contents of these jobs onto sales invoices with your own markup on them and issue them to your customers. To do this, you need to start issuing our branches with job numbers that correspond to the job numbers you've set up in Myob. This number will appear on your invoice and will be used by Myob to assign the invoice to the correct job. Because computers are not very forgiving when it comes to variations, you're better to use numbers rather than names, because names can and often do get misspelled. Alternatively, you can actually use both and get the branch to enter the Myob job number into the customer order number field and the job name into the draft number field, or vice versa. That way Myob can use the number, but you can still see at a glance which job the invoice belongs to without having to look up the number. The important thing here is that all of the items on the order will be used on the same job. Before your invoices will automatically get assigned to the correct jobs as they import, you need to set the jobs up in Myob. Now you can do this before or after the jobs have started, as long as the job numbers match the ones you've been using to order the products for the various jobs. So to set up a job in Myob, you also actually need to have a customer set up that the job can belong to. So to do this, click on Cards List under the card file, and this will pop open a window displaying your current list of suppliers and customers. So to create a new customer, click on the new icon at the bottom of the cards list, and this will open a form where you can enter your new customer's details. So in this case, I'm going to set up the EQC as my new customer, and I'm going to set the card type to customer, obviously, designation to company because they're not an individual, and then I'm going to enter their name in here. So we're going to go Earthquake Commission. And when I click enter, it's going to ask me for a card ID, and I'm going to enter EQC into that. And then I'm going to enter the address for the EQC in here. So it's level 20, Majestic Center, 100 Willis Street, and that's in Wellington. Now you don't have to enter everything in here straight away, you can come back and edit this at a later stage. So for now I'm just going to enter that, and I'm not going to put in any phone numbers or email addresses at this stage. And once you've done this, click the OK button, and you'll now see that the Earthquake Commission is now listed as one of my customers. So once you've set up a customer, you can then create jobs to do for that customer. So to do this, all you have to do is double click on the customer you want to create a job for, and this will open the customer's card file up again to where we were before. And to add a new job to the customer, simply click on the Actions button and choose Add New Job from the available options. This will pop open a form where you need to enter the job details, and most importantly, you just need to make sure you tick the Track Reimbursables checkbox and the job number, and this is where you need to make sure that the job number that you use will be the number that you use at the point of sale when you purchase goods for this job. So continuing on from my previous example, using the EQC as my customer, I'm going to set up a job for an EQC claim. So the job number I'm going to use is going to be a claim number. So in this case, I'm going to use the following claim, CLM/2011/1234556, and click OK, and it's going to ask me for a job name, and this will be for Colombo Street. And once again, you can come back and edit this later. So once you've entered in that level of detail, just click OK. And with a customer like the Earthquake Commission or another company, you might have multiple jobs that you're doing for this particular customer. So to set up another job, simply click the Actions menu again, Add New Job, and Track Reimbursables, and then enter a different number. So in this case, we're going to go CLM/2010/321-123, enter, And this job here is going to be for a claim in Littleton. Okay, and we'll just add one more, add new job, CLM/2011 /654321, track reimbursables, okay, and okay. And now we can close down the card file. So once you've got your customers and jobs set up, you can now import your invoices into Myob, and those invoices will automatically get assigned to those jobs and therefore those customers. Okay, before you can import your invoices, you just need to update your items list. And the reason you need to do this is because before you can purchase an item and then on-sell it, the item actually needs to be set up inside Myob. So once you've downloaded a price list from our website, if you don't know how to do this, watch our tutorial on downloading prices. Go to File, Import Data, Items, and it's always going to be a tab delimited file. The first row will always be a header record, and you actually want to update existing items, so you just want to update any price changes or anything like that. Click Continue, and then you browse for where you've saved your downloaded price file to, and I've saved mine onto my desktop called Crane Prices. Click Open, click Match All, and then click Import, and you'll see that the file starts to import. Okay, we've got there 739 records imported without errors, and a further 19 records were imported with warnings. So I click OK. If you want to find out what those warnings are, just go into your Myob file and open up the file called myobplog.txt, and you'll see there the item name was over 30 characters long, so they shortened it down, and that was the warning. Okay. Once you've imported all of the items and updated all of the items, the next thing you need to do is now actually import the invoices, and these are the things that are going to automatically map to the correct job. So what we do is we go File, Import Data, Purchases, and the item purchases. And it's a tab delimited file. The first row is a header record. Now we actually want to add duplicate records, and the reason we want to do that is because if you've used, as I recommend you do, a duplicate job number, so you use a job number which is going to obviously be appearing on more than one invoice. If you say reject them, it's going to only bring in the first one, and then it will reject every single one after that. Then we're going to identify Crane by Crane's card ID, click Continue, and then we go and pick up the Crane Invoices file, open it up, match all, and import. And then we got 110 records imported without warnings. There were 25 records were skipped. So once again, if you want to find out what why they were skipped, you can go in and pick up the error log and have a look. And if we look down here, obviously my price update wasn't up to date, but we won't worry about that for now. Now, to go and have a look at your invoices once you've imported them, click on Purchases and open the Purchases register, and you'll see that all of your invoices have now been imported. You can see there the purchase order number there for Cashel Street, Colombo Street, Littleton, and any other jobs, for example, that you might have been working on at the same time. Okay, so if I open up one of these invoices by double clicking on it, you'll also see that the individual lines of the invoice have now been assigned to a job. Now, if you had accidentally assigned it to the wrong one, you could actually change and put it onto a different job, but hopefully all going well, they've all gone to the correct job. So we click OK. Now that all of these invoices have been assigned to the correct job, you can now actually transfer the contents of those jobs onto a sales invoice to give to your customer and put your markup on it. So to do that, we click on Sales, and we go Enter Sales, and we choose the customer that we want to invoice. So we're going to choose the Earthquake Commission, and then we click the Reimburse button. And you can see straight away it brings up all of those invoices that have been assigned to that particular job. And we can go through and individually select the invoices that we want to assign onto this, or we can select all of them, or select none of them. So in this case, I'm just going to select them all. Then I'm going to go markup, and I'm going to say a percent markup, let's say 25% markup. Mark up all items, that puts the markup on it, and then click the reimburse button. Might take a bit of time because that was all of my September invoices that I've now just transferring onto a sale. And there we go there. All of the items have now come across onto this sale with my 25% markup on them. So makes it a lot more easier than entering it all in manually. And if you've got any questions, just call the e-business team and we would be happy to help.